Human rights group Amnesty International has accused European governments of knowingly being complicit in the torture and abuse of refugees and migrants in Libya. In a report released, the group alleges that the EU is actively supporting a system of abuse and exploitation on Libyan shores in an effort to stem migration. The group also says funds from the Union are going to authorities working with militias and people smugglers. Libya is the main thoroughfare for migrants who are trying to reach Europe. Arrivals in Italy, the main destination for boat crossings, fell sharply following the provision of EU funds to the Libyan coast guards. South Sudan's President Salva Kiir has declared a state of emergency in 3 states and has ordered an immediate disarmament exercise. In a statement released on Monday night, Mr. Kiir ordered his military chiefs to mobilize enough forces and equipment to enforce a state of emergency for up to 3 months. He also authorized them to use force if armed civilians did not lay down their weapons voluntarily. There are reports that he has political backing. Marbot Teni, an MP for a county in Western Lakes, had earlier encouraged the president to suspend the constitution and deploy the military. At least 170 people have been killed in tribal clashes in one of the northern states, precisely in Western Lakes, in recent weeks. The violence in Western Lakes has been between armed youths from 2 rival Dinka subclans, which has been involved in the burning of houses and the destruction of other property. Meanwhile, South Sudan's Ganiel, a rebel-held town in a country torn apart by civil war, is experiencing small-scale peace and has been dubbed a haven of peace by its residents. While the rest of the country is divided, Ganiel, sheltered by marshes which form natural defenses in the center of the country, has grown as an ethnically mixed town that could serve as a model for nurturing pockets of peace elsewhere. Impoverished and living with the constant threat of floods, Ganiel's population of some 40,000 people nevertheless consider themselves lucky. The world's youngest nation, South Sudan, gained independence in 2011 but descended into civil war 4 years ago when President Salva Kiir accused his deputy, Riek Machar, of trying to oust him. Let's get more on this story from South Sudan journalist Philip Deng, who joins us live on the program. Thank you for your time. What more can you tell us about the state of emergency declared in 3 states?
Well, the announcement was made yesterday on the state TV that the state of emergency has been declared, and that means Western Lake State and Eastern Lake are now suspended. That's what it means. So it means the military commanders in that area will now take control of the situation, making sure that they implement the rule of law and running local issues that were supposed to be addressed by the state government and the state assembly.
We understand that at least 170 people have been killed in Western Lakes in recent weeks. What has the government done to mediate in this crisis, apart from declaring the state of emergency?
Nothing much has been done in the last 1 week. What we know is that more soldiers were sent to the region. More soldiers were sent to the region to help quell the fighting, and that actually helped a lot. And now the next thing that the government is doing is by actually giving more power to the army through the declaration of a state of emergency.
President Kiir has also authorized the military to use force if armed civilians do not lay down their weapons peacefully. Are there fears that the military could exploit this situation to terrorize innocent people?
There are some fears, of course, because the SPLA, which is the government troops here, the government army here, has been accused in the past of abusing civilians through forceful disarmament. So there are fears. But given the number of people killed, 170 people, there's no option left on the table right now, apart from doing the forceful disarmament.
Finally, what's the government doing to combat this widespread availability of arms in South Sudan?
Well, it's better to remind the listener that there is civil war going on right now in South Sudan, and that actually helps to provide arms for the civil population. So the first priority for the government right now is to ensure that there is peace, which is being done through the negotiation between the rebels and the government. So that is the long strategy. The long-term strategy is to restore peace nationwide and then embark on development projects that will actually attract the youth to work, to getting something for themselves, and leave away cattle raiding and attacking each other in the tribal areas.